All right, I'll give you a brief history. A friend of mine with the festival called me and said, "Would you like to give a seminar?" I said, "I'm a fool. I don't know anything." But if we could organize a dinner and eat together, that might be nice. But to be honest, I do hope for something more than just a full belly.
What did you eat?
So, I repeat. What do we do? All right, one idea. We could rearrange all the seats so everyone's not looking at me, but we could sit in a circle and we could look at each other. Is this too big a circle we're creating? Is that doable? It might get us in trouble, but if I can get at least one helper to reorganize the seats at the end so we don't get in any trouble, I'm quite certain that this is going to be all right.
Can you hold the food?
It's a supper.
Oh, careful. There's a camera in there? No, camera's in my hand, but there's something in there.
Sorry. Oh, you scraped my bare bum.
Did it? Your bare bum? Your bum is bare?
Yeah, it's a good thing you scraped it.
Now Aaron doesn't have a chair. Oh, yes.
Wonderful. So, there's 4 microphones up around here, and that's going to make it easier for us all to hear each other. So, if anybody else wants to take one, or we can just kind of, maybe we can figure it out. I'm going to have to ask you to forgive me ahead of time for any and all awkwardness and wrongness. But I trust you're all good at forgiving, given that this is a Christian festival. So I'd be happy to take the cue from anyone and then start blabbing away about what I think, or be happy to listen to what somebody else thinks, or happy to listen to something that someone's going through that's painful that would be a relief to tell a big old group of people. Now you all maybe didn't know what you were getting into here, and I don't either, but let's see what happens. What are you guys thinking about? Yeah.
I was just wondering, who's your favorite band?
Who's my favorite band?
Yeah.
Boy, I guess my band is my favorite band. I'm in a band, I think, and we're really awesome. I mean, like, not musically. I don't think much of our music. I think there's a lot of really way better bands musically, but those 4 guys, like my 4 brothers, that play with me, I could never ask for a better group of guys to be with. So yeah. Thank you for asking. Us. What do you? Yeah.
About 5 years ago, I saw you guys here. I had only heard your names previously, and so I didn't really know what to expect. And y'all just blew my socks off. It was amazing. And y'all came out in like crazy winter fur coats and turtlenecks. And I just wanted to know, you remember that?
Boy, I'm trying to forget. Yeah. Well, For those of you who don't know that I'm in a band, well, according to this fella, I'm in a band. But for those of you who know that I'm in a band, to be perfectly honest, I'm not in a band. At least not at the moment. I'm here with you guys. And I think I'm going to join a band a little later and play some music tonight, and then we'll break up again, and then we'll get back together at some point. I mean, what I mean to say is I don't want to particularly talk about, like, my band, you know, because that's not what's happening right now. It's like, right now, it's like, wow, I'm here with you guys, and this is the only time in the history of the universe, in all the entire unfolding of this universe, this is the only time that all of us are going to be right here together. This is it. This very moment is the only this that we are ever going to have. So, as for 5 years ago, I'm praying for a bad memory, because that's gone, and I don't want to think about that anymore. Yeah, we wore wool coats in the summertime, and it was a gimmick. But for now, something else. But thank you for bringing that up. That's nice. Yeah.
I'll turn the tables a little bit. I was talking, or I wasn't talking. I was at the Jesus Village stage earlier on, and I was listening to Scott Salters speaking, and so we were kind of talking about. We kind of got into a discussion, sort of on. There was kind of a discussion that got going on about violence and kind of the wrath of God sort of scriptures that a lot of people kind of don't like to think about. Yeah. And so, anyways, he and if anybody heard this and I'm saying it wrong, correct me. But the way I understood it, he said that he had been for a while kind of struggling and going in and out of pacifism and things like that. And so it just kind of raised a question to my mind. With some of the things that he was saying is like, if there is a time when violence becomes an option to attain a place of justice, then when is that possibly an option? Because based on the life of what understanding I have of the life of Jesus and his teachings and stuff, to serve a God of love and grace and mercy, then I don't know. I'm just wrestling with the idea of that. I don't know. Any thoughts?
Yes. Well, thank you for asking. That's a really good question. May I think about it a moment? Well, to me, the teachings of Jesus Christ and the example of Jesus Christ are good. I would like to follow Jesus with his life and with his teachings. And if somewhere in the world there's a conflict that violence is going to bring something like an end to, so be it. I don't feel compelled to go and tell soldiers everywhere that they're not allowed to return violence with violence or try to overcome evil with evil. But when I read that Jesus said to return evil with goodness, to love our enemies, to turn the other cheek, to do good to those who persecute us, and to pray for those who insult us, well, I feel that that's my calling. Yeah, oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.